There we go. Well, here we go. We're on the Goldie.
We're on the beautiful Gold Coast.
Yeah. Thought we'd come down here and harass some bream, fish some light tackle, and what a start. Couple of beautiful bream. We're going to fish a few different bits of structure today, and yeah, we're going to start with the bridge. This one's got a beautiful handle.
Doubled up.
Look at the handle on this guy.
Pretty much second cast, I reckon.
Yeah.
We're going to fish some different structure today, and we'll talk you through how we're fishing different types of structure. Bream is our target. We might come across a few other critters as well, but that's nice double up, 2.5 inch ZMan plastics, fishing bridge pylons. So we're just making a cast in around the pylons, letting it get down there with that flow, a couple of shakes, and fish on.
As soon as that got down there, I reckon there's a few bream around.
I reckon they love a Z-Man 2.5 inch placky.
Yeah. What an awesome start to the morning.
Yeah. I think we might have to sift through a few to get to a bigger one, but epic fun on light gear.
Yeah.
I'm running the 2.5 inch Z-Man prawns, Houdini colour.
Yeah.
You're on a
2.5 inch grub and bloodworm colour.
Two bream favourites.
Yeah.
Just fishing them on light heads.
Yeah.
You're on a 1/8, a 1/12?
I'm on a 1/12 there.
And I've got a 1/8 on this guy. So we're just fishing light gear, light finesse plastics, scented up with Procure is another trick. Drift them down to the bottom, a few shakes, fish on.
Righto, we'll go back in. We'll see if there's a few more mates in there. Okay, so we're down here on the Goldie, and we've just got the start of the run-in tide. And these bream down here do love a bit of flow. So we've got the run-in tide running just in on the bridge there. So we're going to cast up current, a fair bit up of the pylon, and we're just going to let that waft down. And I think there's schools of bream on most of these pylons. So we're going to slowly let it sink down, wait for that slack line. It's getting eaten on the drop. Oh, well, it didn't quite get down to the bottom to show you the retrieve. But it is very important to watch your line on the way down, because these guys, I'm on a 12th jighead there, and we're in 4 metres of water. So that little grub is paddling its way all the way down to the bottom, fishing for you the whole way on the drop. And that's what that guy's done. He's just eaten that as it's just nearing the bottom, just going down there. But we'll get him off and we'll try and talk you through the retrieve there. Right, so we'll just do that retrieve again. So we're going to cast up, letting it sink all the way down. Those fish will be all schooled up all around the base of those pylons, so it takes a little while to get down the bottom. We're in sort of 3.5, 4 metres of water there, waiting for that line to go slack. There we go. Wind up, and we'll just do a couple of little hops, let it sink back down, watching that line for a bite. Back down on the bottom there, a couple of little hops, let it sink back down. There we go. Right on the edge of that retrieve. He would have followed that the whole way back in. Oh, and that is an absolute cracking bream. I might grab the net for that guy. Come here, dude. What a beautiful fish. Come on. Really good winter condition. Oh. You see that little 2.5 inch grub on that little 12th jighead there? Finesse hook to get the hooks into this. Oh, bony mouth. He is not playing the game. Come on, dude. There we go. Beautiful bream. Pop that hook back out of his mouth. They've got such a bony mouth, so when you are targeting them, it is good to use that finesse hook. So that's a little Gamakatsu light wire hook. Penetrates that big bony mouth. Yeah, beautiful bream. Might just get a quick picture of this guy and then we'll send him on his way. That's a good fish again.
He's fired up.
Oh, little Trevor.
Little Trev. You'll definitely come across a few of these guys while you're fishing bridges as well. They love the current breaks around those pylons, both the pressure point in front of the pole and also the eddy that's created behind it holds bait and attracts these guys. They also give you a bit of stick on the brim gear too, which is good fun. He is one chunky little Gold Coast trevally. Brim, I think, this time. I'll get this back and we'll have a look at this brim.
Another lovely little brim. It is on fire this morning. Another beautiful little fish. He's just smashed that little 2.5 inch grub again. On the 1/12 still. I'll probably have to move up to an 1/8 once the tide flows a little bit more. But that guy's absolutely smashed that. Oh, it was on fire down there.
On their little tucker, might have to wade through a few little guys to get to the bigger ones. That one that you got was an absolute cracker.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. Send him. I'll put a little bit more scent on there. So one of the 1%ers, or the things that definitely help when you are fishing, is scent. So we just put a bit of Procure Super Gel on there. The idea being that scent masks foreign odours like fuel and sunscreen and bug spray and chemically sort of smells, but it's also got amino acids and bite stimulants and real ground bait and all that sort of thing in here to attract those fish. So we're fishing really light heads, that slow fall. When that fish does bite it, we want them to hang on to it a bit longer to give us more time to set that hook on them and get that fish into the boat. So we'll just scent up every 30 or so casts, or if we get a few fish, put a little bit more scent on, rub it all over down to the tail, and that'll help us get the bite and also get that fish to hang on longer. There's a hit. There we go. Just flicked right in front of that pylon. I just let the water carry that plastic around the pylon as it was sinking down. Tap, felt that tap, set the hook. There's a nice little brim off the pylon. Just running light gear for catching these guys. So got that black Mamba in the 7 foot, 1 to 3 kilo, and just 6 or 8 pound braid. And we're fishing 6, 8, 10 pound leaders today, that hard Armour fluoro. Sounds like Deck's on another one over there. So nice handful of brim on that light gear. See you, mate.
Another really nice fish there. That little light gauge Gamakatsu's just pinned him in the corner there. Only just a tiny bit of skin, but that's what we use them for. Pin those little brim and those things with bony mouths. Oh, moved over to the next set of pylons, and the fish are angry again. We might fish this last set of pylons, and then we might move on to a different set of structure and show you how to fish that, I reckon.
Yeah, this is awesome fun, but we want to get onto some other structure and show you guys where else brim like to hide in the river. So a few more casts on this set of pylons, and then we're going to roll on and have a look at some other structure and how we fish it.
Absolutely smashing that 2.5 inch grub.
Beautiful condition fish too.
Just post spawn, haven't quite spawned yet. All staged up, ready to go.
Oh, there's a Trev. I'd given up on that cast for a brimbo. Was flicking it back up, and this guy's drilled it. He is a chunky little Trev. Bridges can definitely be great fun, whether you're targeting brim or other species. So we've had an absolute ball on the bridge catching brim and a few solid little Trevs. Might be time to move on and we'll go and find some brim on some other structure.
Nice.
Oh, it's got a little bit of go.
Right, so we're coming up into the canals and I just saw on the side scan there was a nice sort of little bit of a rock bar there with some really nice fish on it. So we've pulled up and that is a cracking brim. So always worth keeping your eye on the sounder because there's all sorts of reef down here on the Gold Coast. And yeah, so he's in 4 metres of water, bunch of reef on the sounder and a bunch of fish. Oh, he's got a strange mouth, that dude.
That is bizarre. He's got a strange mouth, but he still managed to eat that plastic pretty well.
And that's a great brim.
He is a nice brim. So that's, as Declan said, some structure rubble on the bottom. So when you're down the Goldie here, that's another great piece of structure to look for brim is rubble and reefy bottom. The tide's pumping this way, so we're spot locked here, throwing a big long cast up, allowing the plastic to fall to the bottom, a few hops, keep it right down there where the fish are holding, and that's on a 1/8 ounce head there. So you can increase or decrease your jig head weight depending on the flow. So I'll pop this out.
There we go.
On.
Righto, we're just fishing that, still that little bit of deep reef here. Oh, I'll just pull them in. Another beautiful little brimbo. So many different ways you can fish for these guys down here. Deep, shallow, sight casting, there's just about everything the Gold Coast down here. And I absolutely love fishing a little slim swim for these deeper brim. I'll just spot lock there because there's a few fish on the sounder. But you can just see as the water's running over these rocks here, you can get like sort of the ripples and that, and these guys are just sitting in the back eddies out of the current, feeding on everything that flows past. So we've spot locked there, we'll cast back up and we'll see if we can get another bite. There we go. Righto. Whoa. Solid? Yeah. I don't think that's our target species, but I'll take whatever it is.
Bloody?
I think it might be a little Jew. It's only on 6 pound leader, so I might just back that off because we're just fishing those deeper rock bars still. Oh, that is an angry creature.
So that fish was down in about 6 metres?
Yeah, 6 metres just on the back of a rock wall there.
Yep, back of a rocky rubble sitting off the back of it. So a cast up current over the top of the rock, bounces back down off the edge and this fish has eaten it. So what plastic have you got on there, Deck?
Just on the 2.5 inch slim swim. I love that for the deep water brimming because you can slow roll it, you can sort of do anything with it.
Yep, little bait fish imitation.
Yeah.
That beautiful wedge sort of shaped body with maximum water flow down onto that underhook tail. Definitely gets the eats.
Definitely convinced whatever this creature was to eat it. Little GT, that's awesome.
Those things love a rock.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh no, that was a good 60 centimetre job.
Yeah, oh well that's a bit disappointing, but at least we got to look at it. Yeah, about a 60 centimetre GT. Just fell off, didn't even straighten the hook or anything, so that's a bit sad. But I did see a hell of a lot of fish as we were fighting that fish, so I think we better go up and have a look at that mark. But yeah, That's a bit sad, but anyway,
That's fishing.
did all the hard work and didn't go hard on him. And
Oh. Yeah. That's on. That's on, I got him.
well, I've got a little Moses. I think you might have a Trevor,
Feels pretty Trevor-y.
but I reckon it's time to go and get in some canals because wind's getting up, and I do love canal brim fishing. What do you got there?
And we're catching lots of things other than brim on the rock
Yeah.
bars as well.
Mr. Trevor.
Plan is to catch a brim.
Oh, there's the GT. He's just a little bit smaller than my one.
Yeah, half the size.
Quarter of the size. But
There he is.
that's a lot of
Beautiful.
fun.
Yeah, great fun.
But yeah, we'll let this guy go.
Lots of crew love getting down the Goldie to chase a few Trevs as well
Oh,
around the canals. They're good fun. Bend the rod, take a bit of drag, that's for sure. So
might have to have another drop. There's fish all over the sounder.
yeah, there's a few of these guys down there. I think I had one on before him and then shook it off. Beautiful. Handful of Trev on that 2.5 inch Slim Swims in Houdini colour, a favourite. I love that Slim Swims for that deep bite like
yeah.
here where we're bringing it back with flow. You get that tail action on the sink as well. So even if you twitch it up a bit as it falls back down, it swims back down. And they'll eat it on the drop as well as on the retrieve. So
Yeah.
these are cool, fun little Trev. And I'll just pop that hook out of him. Oh, he is cranky.
There are some creatures down there. Oh yeah.
Had a go at it right at the
Yeah.
boat. Righto, we'll put this guy back in and he will be away.
There we go.
On in.
Well,
We made it.
we've come into the canal, and believe it or not, this is the first pontoon. So he's only a little tacker, but that's always a good sign that there's going to be some life in here. So he's only a little fella. So I've gone down right down to a 1/16 size jighead, 2.5 inch grub, and just wafting that down. As soon as that was sinking down, I could see the line ticking. I was sort of just waiting for him to swim away with it, and then set the hooks into him. I know. We'll chuck him back and we'll run you through a few tips for fishing the pontoons and walls. Got him. I could see that guy mooching up there. He's only a little fish, but sight casting fish is always fun. I could see him on the side there, and as soon as I casted him, you see him sink down for that plastic, and as soon as it got down to the bottom, he ate it. So, yeah. Sitting on the surface, drifts down. It's probably 1.5 meters deep down there. Took a while for that 1/16 to get down there, but as soon as it hit the bottom, that curl tail would have just stood up and he just sucked it off the bottom. Only a little fish, but a bit of fun. There he is. That was such an awesome bite. These canal brim love a bit of structure, and that was the perfect little skip cast up underneath that, all of those pylons there. He's only a little fish, but that was a lot of fun. Just felt that tick on the slack line, and that is him. A little 2.5 inch grub. I've gone down to a 1/16 there, so it's only just sinking, but he was all over it. Touch. There we go. Right underneath that boat. Beautiful cast. He's a nice fish too. Nice canal fish. So we made a bit of a move. A lot of the fish in that last canal that we're in, were all fairly small. So we've just moved to a different one. One of our favourites from a long time ago when we used to fish the Gold Coast a bit. And that didn't take very long. That's a second or third pontoon, and that's a nice fish.
Beautiful fish.
We've got a little bit of colour in the water, so I've just gone to a pumpkin seed grub and that bloodworm head. And he's absolutely smashed that. Such a cool backdrop up here, fishing with all of these beautiful houses in the background. Righto. pop them off and keep working along this edge.
Oh.
He's a nice fish.
Canal bream is always a test for my flathead casting accuracy. Your barra casting accuracy is a lot better. But that was actually a beautiful skip cast in there, so I'll take that one, hey.
Come here, dude.
He's not a monster, but I earn every one I get in the canals because I probably need to work a bit on the casting accuracy, but that was good fun. I've just picked up this rod. This is the new ultralight deck.
Yeah.
So that's, we had a few requests for that guy.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit easier throwing those lighter presentations. The tip loads up a little bit more.
Yep, nice and soft in the tip. So that's the black Mamba, but that's in the 7-foot 2-piece, so butt join, in an ultralight 1 to 2 kilos. So it's a beautiful little stick. This is my first time fishing it, and I managed to get one skipping in there real nice, and this bream just scoffed it. So that's the 2.5-inch GrubZ in bloodworm, a favourite for the bream guys on that 1/16 ounce HeadlockZ Finesse UV. So not a big fish, but I'm celebrating. Hopefully I can skip a few more in there with this nice tip on this rod and get myself another bream or two. How many mates has he got with him?
That was a different bit of structure. That one was a small floating bit of structure in the,
He's solid too.
in the form of bread. So lots of these things are people's pets, or definitely are partial to bread. And there was just a bit of bread floating past, and cast in, and he instantly ate it. So always worth keeping an eye out without upsetting people. Righto, come on, dude. Oh, that thing is in there. That little Gamagatsu was not coming out of that bream's mouth. There we go. Little pumpkin seed grub's good to go. That guy's so angry, drop it back. Still looking for it.
Yeah.
He did want it. I told you he wanted it. He chased it all the way in, and you weren't watching.
That's gold. No, I was getting ready for the next cast. To the next. Oh, look at that. That is gone. Oh, good fun.
We just swum 10 metres to try and get it.
Yeah, and why are we fishing this bank?
Well, the wind's blowing onto it, so it's blowing all of the stuff here, and bream will eat anything that's floating around, so.
Little fella, but I'm down to that 6-pound leader, and I'm on that ultralight rod, so great fun chasing these bream, even that size. Still put up a bit of a fight. He was fired up, just fishing that wind blown bank.
Eat it. Yes.
All over it.
I just saw that guy mooching along there. There's a few different spots on the pontoons that they'll sit, and there's one thing, they'll love the windward side. It's similar to the pressure side with the current, and it's just bringing everything to them. Everything's getting blown straight to them. So that's where this guy's sitting, right where that wind's, oh, and he's healthy too, his guts are full. Right where that wind's blowing through. But yeah, a few different spots in the shade, in the structure where the pylons are. But in this case, we are fishing where the wind's blowing and lapping up on that pontoon.
Yep.
Here we go. Right, so, as I was saying, they're coming from all sorts of different structure, and this guy's just sitting right at the base of those posts there. So I've just cast up and just let it sink down. There's not a lot of tide or anything here. So it's sunk straight down to the base of those pylons, and just a slow hop down there, just waiting for that tiny little tick. Another beautiful Gold Coast bream. Oh, he's on it. There he is. Those ones that are up feeding on the surface are pretty predictable. You just lead them by about 40 centimetres, so that they can see it sink down. As soon as it hits the bottom, they sink down with it, and as soon as it hits the bottom, they're just sucking it up off the bottom. Such a fun way of fishing. Come back for it. How big are you?
Yeah, I just got a little runner.
Not big, I'm going to say.
No, not a little fella, but good fun. Another one on the Justin scorecard. That's got to be at least 3 in the canals. That one came off the sand. So if you've got a big expanse between pontoons with sand, anything like pipes, drains, or a little bit of rock I was on then, this guy was hanging on that little bit of rock on the sand. So not a big fish, but just remember structure's the key. So even when the area's sandy, what other structure is available, be it rock, pipes, drains, whatever might hold a fish, boat ramps. Righto. Handful of bream. Back in there for you guys to get down the Goldie and get stuck in. Oh, there he is. Oh, beautiful
Nice
eat
fish.
right in against that post. Oh, you were talking earlier about the hitting the corners and the shady pockets
pressure
and
edges.
those posts. Oh, he's got a mate with him.
Oh, I'll quickly see if I can catch him.
Yeah, he's got a mate with him. He's a good fish.
Yeah, his mate's not interested,
He
but
is
I'll
a
get out from
cracker.
here, have a look at this fish, and then I think it's
Yeah.
time to head home.
I haven't got too many in the canal, so I'm happy with this one.
So I shouldn't knock it off.
No, don't knock it off. Oh, come on. Oh, better get out of here. Hit the go forward button.
Oh, right, he's a beautiful bream.
That is gold, that is gold. What an absolute cracker morning on the water on the beautiful Gold Coast, chasing bream. We had an absolute cracker on the bridge, stacks of fish stacked up on the bridge. We hit some deep structure, which was pretty cool, and got a bit of a mixed bag of other species, and unfortunately lost that big
Yeah,
trev.
lost that big Trevor.
And then we've hit the canals where your casting accuracy has excelled in the canals, just hitting the mark all the time. But even for those of you that can't cast super accurately like me, you can still get a guy like this down the Gold Coast. So that is a cracker bream. And we're just fishing those little Finesse plastics presentations. Light black mamba rods, 2.5-inch grubs, prawns, and slim swims. And we've got a bunch of bream. So what a morning on the water. Time for us to beat the traffic home.
Yep, the old Brisbane run from the Gold Coast is never fun, so we'll go and do it.
Whether you get the opportunity to hit the Gold Coast and chase a few bream, or you're fishing your own local system, hopefully there's heaps of tips and techniques in there that get you hooked up, whether it's bridges, canals, or deep structure. Get out there and catch a few of these guys. Fish on.